Coming at you live from beautiful wherever we're at in DNHQ2, South Pasadena is what they say. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. I'm really excited today. I got the Sailor Jerry on the desk. What is up, Dodgers Nation? We are powered by the Overtime Podcast Network, and I am Real FRG. You can call me Clint if you're nasty. You can find all of that stuff and more on Twitter and Instagram.
Only if you're nasty, though.
Only if you're nasty.
If you're
Otherwise,
nasty.
call me Bill. I like Bill. I like trains.
Crook.
Already?
Crook.
Crook, yeah. Crook.
I'm Brooke. You can find me at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. On today's show, first things first, Rich Hill, where have you gone?
Do I have? I need. Oh no! Wait, I do have the button. There's the right one. Or fallen.
So we'll be talking Rich Hill and his possible replacements. We also we had a little guest on the show. A little guest on the show. He's bigger than us in terms of stature and physical and internet and television and world stature.
I mean, he's a big leaguer.
He is a big leaguer, which means he's more famous than us. Because minor leaguers are more famous than us as well.
Allegedly.
Some of them, guys.
Allegedly.
Friend of the show, Ross Stripling, on earlier this week.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll readdress that a little bit, even though we've had the...
Yeah, we got to get the most out of
that.
that. He's great. Brian Hatfield says, "Call me Al." Just saying. And of course, Hatfield's calling from Springfield, Illinois.
That's where the Simpsons live, probably.
I have some bullpen thoughts. That's THOT.
We're talking about it, or like there's actual thoughts?
Sure.
Got it.
Whatever floats your pickle.
Yeah.
That one over there, she had some fun at the minor league all-star game. So she said, "Hey, now you're a minor league all-star."
Yeah.
I don't have the audio this time, though.
Thank God you don't.
The years start coming in. They don't stop. I'll just sing it myself.
Just keep going the whole time.
And, of course, much, much more. But first, we have to give a shout-out. You guys see that delicious-looking bug in the upper right-hand corner where you can't see Gary? Sportscaster is our friend and partner for the season. And, even so, they're going to be our friend beyond the season. Friends for life. Por vida. Anyway.
We love you.
If you want to be the star of your own show, have cool graphics, all that fun stuff, go to sportscaster.com. That is CASTR. But I highly recommend you do it after this stream. Well, I mean, you can do it while you're watching the game because, again, this is a pregame show. Well, not again. It's the first time we're saying it, but still, words.
The game is on the TV, and Sportscaster's on the internet machine. So
I don't think that many people can watch the game on TV.
Yeah, it's true. They often use the illegal streams that don't exist anywhere on Reddit. Trust me, they don't exist on Reddit. Do not. Don't forget, this is a live stream, guys, so we'd like to see your guys' interactions with us in the comments below, wherever you're watching from. Let us know what city you're representing. Let us know what you're drinking, and let us know your thoughts. There's a lot going on in Dodger Town.
There 100% is, but let's see what's going on the stream side. It looks like, thankfully, our chat application here has fixed it because there was problems with Facebook earlier this week. Anybody who hangs out with our post-game host, it's your boy Doug McCain. He was having some trouble with the Facebook stuff. So we got, of course, over on Periscope, friend of the show, the Atom Bomb. We got Ray 310, baby.
We got Maria Valerio. She says it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Maria, over on Facebook.
Janae, best podcast ever. Which one are you listening to?
She has another one on over ours.
I like Matt Shank over here. Free Will Smith. Hashtag Free Will Smith. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a little bit of thoughts on Will Smith.
I think we can just call that Free Willy. Oh, my gosh.
I know it. I think it's about time I expand my board because I really need that. All I do is win, no matter what.
There's some good sounds out there. You should go into them. If anybody can Photoshop a Will Smith face onto, Willie jumping over the thing. He should be jumping over Dodger Stadium. Oh, there's so much good content there, guys. That's somebody who's good at Photoshop or whatever you use to do those things, because I don't know anything about that. We got a lot of people going on in the comments, guys. You guys are happy and fun today. That's nice to see. Real Jess Samore says, "How are my favorite podcasters?" Oh, Jess. My heart.
Punk ass Joey 6.
That's my boy right there.
So much fun saying that. Do you think we poked the bear too much? According to Bochy, of course, we're going to get into a lot of Madbum because we have to talk Madbum a couple of different points of this show. But I don't know. I don't really think we poked the bear because he's always poked, if you will. Madbum seems like he stays poked, perpetually poked. Try to say that 5 times.
Put that
fast
on the T-shirt.
Not a sponsor, but Sailor, if you're out there. Just saying.
We are interested.
We are very, very interested. We got hashtag Dodgers Life from Brandon. We got Richard. saying happy birthday to Maria, which is very nice.
That's very nice of you.
Joseph over on YouTube says, duck the Giants. Yeah.
Yeah, duck them. Duck them real hard.
Bob and weave. Jermaine 951 in the house. First Seeger, now Rich Hill. It's funny. We were talking about that just before going live. It's like last week we had to say rest in peace to Corey Seager because we wanted to rest and rehab and get healthy. Now it's Rich Hill. So I guess with that, we'll get into it. Rich Hill hits the injured list. So what had happened was... We learned something because me, that guy, and her were all at the game. You can put yourself on camera so everybody knows. That one, we were all at the game yesterday. None of us were together, by the way. You very
like in
kindly.
A relationship way?
Sure. Whatever tickles your boat.
Yep.
I know phrases.
Go ahead.
But we learned something that we'll probably dig into more in a little bit, but when we're all at the game, apparently the Dodgers do win because I did get to see my first win yesterday of the season.
You haven't seen a win? They said I'm bad luck this season. You haven't seen a win?
That was my third game.
Oh,
I'm too busy making this ship float, if
I've been
you will.
to like 11 games this season.
Wow. It shows.
Yeah. I spent all my money. All my wife's hard-earned money.
But the important thing is if we're all there, we win. But, of course, none of us can be sitting together. That's the important thing. But... he was warming. You want something? You want to add something on that, Gary?
You guys didn't take me.
He's also
because I was there in spirit.
Yeah, you were.
You were there. You were basically there with us.
I love when you do the Twitter cast because you tweeted me like a whole
Very
bunch.
Angry.
He's doing like the outside the window looking.
Verdugo should have stolen that base. Verdugo should have stolen that base.
I was yelling at Verdugo by the end of the game. I told him, "Hey, Doogie, where are we going after the game? Shake Shack."
He's probably like, man, that sounds good.
I was actually kind of upset that Joe Kelly got that double play to end the game because I wanted Verdugo to come back to my side. I was in right field pavilion. I wanted him to come back to my side. I was going to be like, hey, Doogie's so circling back to the Shake Shack thing. But then Joe Kelly had to go and get a double play. So rude,
Stupid
very
Joe
rude.
Kelly.
But we saw him... Hill, that is, warming up in the second inning. And then really all of us at the stadium, nobody knew what was going on.
Oh, I knew. I was close. I was real close.
Oh, wow.
Sitting right up front, guys.
So did you hear them saying, he has an elbow strain?
I saw it, yeah, right away. No, I actually saw him come off the mound and signal at Doc, like, right away. Mm-hmm. And he looked down at his arm, and I was like, whatever it is, not good. That's typically not a good sign when, number one, you take yourself out of a game. Number two, you look down at your arm because that's what's injured.
Yep.
Never a good sign. If you look down at, like, your thigh, whatever, that's good. You can get away with that. Toe, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you can sort of get away with Perez, by the way, Perez1619 on Twitch says, wow, weird flex, bro, 11 games. Hella flex. But, yeah, well, I think I was tweeting or something, so I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw, like, why is everybody congregating? And then, of course, our Slack channel started blowing up. About everybody.
I hit everybody. I was like, go, 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 go.
We got to do the thing. Get the news, get them page views, baby. That's how
was that steak, by the way? Was it good?
Delicious. We'll get into the meat that he brought from my mouth in a little bit, but
mouth meat.
So yeah, Rich did hit the injured list today. We're very sad. So mourn him in the comments to the side or to the below or wherever comments are for you, in front of our faces on the phone sometimes. But
wherever comments can be found.
Wherever comments can be found for free. It sucks because, as we've seen our boy Rick Krajewski throwing up there on Twitter so much, the starting rotation has been just impeccable. And that's not the guy. Like we could survive losing Kenta, let's be real. But Rich has been so damn good. I think he had a 2.5 ERA on the season. He's just looked locked in, and to have the two grizzled vets at the top with him and Kershaw succeeding so well. I mean, they're basically the same person. They're about in the same age. Both got them AARP cards.
Are you calling them elderly?
Well, we say comment F apparently to pay respects, and there's a whole bunch of Fs.
That's cool. A thing. Why is that a thing? I don't know young lingo.
Somebody said, well, I see two back to back. It says FU, but whatever.
I like that.
We've all been there. But
that's a lot of Fs.
The most important thing, I think the worst thing about Rich being pulled there in not even in the second inning, before the start of the second inning, was that it robbed all of us at the ballpark to see the greatest hitter of all time, greatest hitting pitcher of all time, get a chance with the bat. And to mix it in already, our good friend of the show, Mr. Ross Stripling himself, we chatted a little bit about that wonderful man, Rich Hill, and his batting style, along with just some of the other great batting or hitting pitchers of the team. So let's mix in a little bit of us with Ross.
Who is the best hitter on the team in terms of pitching staff?
Oh man, believe it or not,
Rich Hill.
yeah, Rich Hill the most entertaining, no doubt about it.
Bats,
and he had basically a game-winning go-ahead hit the other day, you know. So he's gotten a lot better. We call him the scrap zone. He gets to 2 strikes like almost automatically, and then he like goes into this like we call it the scrap zone. You know, he like digs down deep, and it's super funny. Kirsch probably has the best like bat to ball skills.
Yep.
And just as Kirsch does with anything from on the field into the weight room to bunting, he just wills things to happen. It's just he's gonna get it done. But believe it or not, I would probably say Hunjin has the most like raw power. Hunjin was hitting balls like 20 rows deep the other day in batting practice. Hunjin has the ability to move his hips kind of like no one I've ever seen. Like he can throw like these flat grounds at like 20% effort, but he like gets his body moving in ways that I can't do at maximum effort. And when he syncs up a batting swing just right, the ball really flies.
You think he gets that home run this year?
Oh, man. You know what? Yeah, I'll say yes. The ball's it's about to. I think these balls are juiced, which we don't need to get into. But it's about to start getting warm. Not today, but it's getting warm outside. I think Hunjin might have it in him this year.
2 important takeaways. 1, greatest hitter of all time, Rich Hill. 2, guaranteed bomb ski from Hunjin Ryu this season. 3.
Ryu has the best hips in baseball.
Hey, hips do not lie with our lovable Korean monster.
Oh, yeah, he's all hips, boy.
So the expected potential backup plan, most likely, this dude that we just had on the screen is going to be the guy. Striptease.
There's a lot
we
of
had one. Stan earlier said landing strip. I thought that was pretty good.
That was a good
landing
name.
Strip. That is Stan Ho Park. You guys can find him on Twitter.
He probably could have got away with that one on his player's jersey,
right?
Landing strip. They're like, yeah, that's good.
But Strip's at least going to take those first probably 3 or so starts from him. And you got to see how Hill progresses in the next whatever. They said, I think it's 3 to 4 weeks before he even picks up a ball to start throwing again.
They're calling it a month until he can start throwing a ball.
Yeah.
They're predicting August his return date, which that's acceptable. That's fine.
I
would take even September.
With all of us there being at the park, did everybody get that like just uncomfortable? Well, most of us all being there at the park. Did you get that uncomfortable feeling? Is like, did we just see Rich Hill throw his last pitch?
Yeah, you got to take into account his age, man. He's old. I think after last season, a lot of us were like, if he retired, I would expect that.
Yeah.
He's old, man. He's granted, he's having the best years.
39.
He's having the best years. For a baseball player, he's old. He's having the best years of his life in Los Angeles, like far and away having the best years of his life in Los Angeles. He's bounced around to so many damn different teams, and he's been everywhere, and he's been through so much in his life. 2015, he was in the minor leagues. He got cut. He was at the Ducks in the independent ball. He was back on a minor league team, and then he's back in the majors. He moves around a little bit more.
Johnny Cash wrote a song for him.
He's been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere, man.
I was actually doing an article about him, which you can find at DodgersNation.com. We have articles every single day of the week, and they're all very, very good by writers much better than myself, by the way.
One would even call them delicious. Anyway,
one would. I would not.
I am that one.
He was on track.
For you, Frankie. Frankie says take a swig.
He was on track for his 1,000th strikeout. He was mowing through the batters. He didn't get there, obviously, because he didn't make it through the first inning. But when I was going through it, I realized out of all the damn teams that he's played for in his life.
My bad. Fernie said it.
Out of all the teams he's played for in his life, he was on the Angels, but he didn't get a strikeout with them.
Well,
he sucked on the Angels.
It's the Angels.
Yeah.
The
no
Angels
one wants
just
to play there.
Taught him to suck.
Except apparently
Janae also said take a shot. I'm not going to do it each time.
Every time they take a shot.
Should I do
it? Oh,
sorry.
We'll do it like KLOS style.
Producer Gary says I have to listen to the audience.
Give the fans what they want.
Wait, what was that, Gary?
For the fans, by the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what we are, guys.
So Ross is going to be in there in the interim, but do you think we dip into the prospects?
Yeah. So here's the
too.
thing. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people are calling for trades. I think a lot of people think they're going to move to the trade market. I 100% don't think they'll do that because, number one, we're deep enough to make it through this. Number two, if we're not deep enough to make it through this at the current level, We have the depth at the minor league level to really supply quality, maybe starting pitcher, maybe reliever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have the pieces to move around. Ross, like you said, Ross can come into the rotation. Julio's on an innings limit, kind of, maybe ultimately helped out a little bit in terms of the bad things that happened to him and the time that he had to take away from the game. It took some innings, added on innings to the rest of his year, so that might actually work out in terms of the innings. You might see him starting again. You never know. He might start later in the season. He might start now. You just don't know how it's going to work out. I don't think we're going to get any trades. I 100% don't think we're getting Madison Bumgarner, so I think you guys really need to chill out on the Bumgarner talk because that man is not going to be a Dodger.
I saw somebody on Twitter, like somebody who's supposed to be in a spot of a position of, I don't know, many viewers or many followers, whatever the kids say, those kids, but somebody was like an influencer. Somebody was like all but guaranteeing Madbum to the Dodgers. And I was like, are you special? It's never going to happen.
It's timing.
I can't say never.
Based on the fact that
Justin Bieber taught me that.
Is on a bad team. Never say never.
Yeah.
And Baby. And then the other Justin Bieber stuff. T can probably help you out with that. Yeah. It's the timing of the fact that his team sucks. Number one. 100. And the timing of the fact that Farhan's there, and that's it. That's all it's based off of. Then that doesn't mean crap. That means nothing. He basically said that the Giants wouldn't not do a trade with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way, said, the Giants would do a trade with the Dodgers if the trade was right, which, I mean, that's the case for everybody.
He wants to. He knows there's nobody in baseball right now that's not in the Dodgers organization that's going to know that organization better than Farhan. I mean, Anthopoulos has been gone for a couple of years, so he doesn't know quite that.
Right.
100%. I mean, unless we got informants. Are you an informant?
You don't know.
You wearing a wire? What's this? What's that? What's that wire right there?
Wire. But Bumgarner will be a Yankee by August. So
there you had it. And is he going to DH along with Encarnacion?
Yeah, maybe Bumgarner for Clint Frazier, straight up trade.
Yeah, Frazier needs to get out of there.
He's got to get out of
there. Poor guy. I 1,000% disagree with you even bothering to mention Julio's name as a potential not trade but starter
because trade. We're not trading him.
He's solidified himself into a brilliant role. Like I had mentioned it on Twitter at one point, but they have to or what he's done, what Julio's done to cement that, like having somebody. He's essentially our Josh Hader.
Well,
if Hader
maybe
was
don't
still
compare
good,
him to Josh Hader.
Yeah, if he was still good and not a racist, but
key.
Yeah, very key point to that. But with Julio, having somebody, especially by the time the playoffs hit, somebody that can get you the 3 inning saves is huge.
Oh, big time. And I think in terms of if it came down to Julio and Ross, and who I wanted to go to the starting rotation, I would want Ross to go to the starting rotation solely based off the fact that Julio's so solid in the bullpen. I mean, if you're throwing as hard as he does, Modelo, that plays up in the bullpen. Like it really does, especially later in the season, especially into the playoffs. That's going to play up. And, having him in the bullpen for the playoffs last year, it's a good move.
It was big.
It was a great move.
It proved to be big. We were immediately proven wrong on that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. We were pissed. And then we were like, oh, okay, good call.
I understand why. But, definitely no Julio. But to get into the moves that actually happened today, we did have Rich Hill placed on the IL, but also they optioned Matt Beatty to AAA, and they brought up my good friend Josh Sborz, who hopefully maybe this time, knock on plywood, he will make his major league debut. What is this, like second or third time with the big league club?
He just keeps like walking in. You know the Simpsons gif where he like walks in and then walks out of the strip club or whatever? Yeah. It's pretty much that.
So you're saying Josh Sborz is Grandpa Simpson?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, at this point, he's kind of just walks in, eats dinner, sits with the team, eats some bubble gum, collects seeds,
collects that big league pay for a couple of days.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the life he's living. No disappointment out of him at all.
And the other guy that came up is our friend, also, but not our close personal friend like me and Ross now. But JT Chagua is back.
Chagua,
because they needed more pitchers, and then. Well, obviously, when you had to dip into the bullpen in the second inning, which, by the way, props to the bullpen on that Wednesday game. You had Floro perfect for 2. Of course, Yimi was going to give up a run. At least he only gave up the 1.
Yeah.
Caleb gave up a run. Yeah. But otherwise, they're awesome. They were perfect.
Did you forget that Yimmy was in the pen for a minute?
No.
Because I kind of forgot he was there.
That's my boy, man. I love
I
Jimmy.
know you love Yimmy a lot. I don't know where that comes from.
Jess loves a random Modelo shout out. But anyway, the important thing is, who was it? Somebody asked how we feel about Beatty being sent down. I'm not a fan. I like Matt Beatty. He's a cool dude. Did an interview with him. Nice guy, but he just doesn't make sense on this current roster right now, especially with Jock Peterson taking grounders at 1B. Because you're seeing that Jock has been taking grounders at first base for like the last 2-3 years. I've seen it off and on. Now that they decided to bring it up, whatever is beyond me. But they're saying you're going to see it at some time this year. No, you're going to see it at some time before the All-Star break. Jock is going to play some first base, and that made Matt Beatty, unfortunately, an extra player, an extra left-handed bat that you don't necessarily need right now, especially with your boy KG, Kyle Garlick, going deep. He's seasoned that ball, if you will.
You don't really want to base it off of Kyle Garlick. I don't think
know,
that's
man.
a good
Big
argument to build
slugger.
around. Yeah, I mean, one dong. Yeah, one dong is really. Yeah, I mean, you find yourself in a position where Jock, in the sense that he has to move to first, or doesn't have to, but he's going to be moving to first base a lot because Pollock's coming back probably after the All-Star break.
Yes.
You find yourself in a place where Beatty's expendable and Garlick's a right-handed bat, so it just makes more sense. And Garlick's an outfielder, and you need that outfield assistance right now because I think we have like 45 first basemen on the team or something like that. Who plays first base?
And the Gold Glove first baseman is
Muncy,
not
Bellinger, Beatty, Jock. We have like 6 first basemen. So.
I can go in there.
Yeah,
you can probably throw Kershaw in there for a couple innings.
He probably play first base. He probably plays a mean first base. You know who probably plays a great first base? Kenta. I bet Kenta plays a mean first base. Yeah. He's got the stretch.
Not Ryu though. That stretch.
You can't stretch him. No,
you don't want to.
Good, guys.
You don't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
But as Joseph Mullen said earlier, I will miss Dick Mountain in the rotation. It's going to be. That's a sound drop, right? You guys got that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's why you slowed it down, right?
Thank you very much. I like when you broke earlier. By the way, Adrian Gonzalez in the stream. Let's take a couple more from the stream here. Hey, guys, from Aegon. What is going on, Aegon? Appreciate you.
You're going to like this one. This is from a friend of the show, Gail.
Hi, Gail.
There in Canada. Gail says, I think Beatty was up on an extended showcase for a potential trade. And I think that's actually a pretty good point because we've talked about this before, the fact that Edwin Rios and Matt Beatty are essentially the exact same player in different bodies. Position-wise, ball-to-bat-wise, not so much power-wise because Rios
has more power.
Monster.
But way
monster
more
power.
Ks.
Way more.
Yeah.
But there's just, in the sense that there's not room on them for the roster for the foreseeable future. I mean, they got cornerstone pieces ahead of them. Like, you're not, who are you going to move from first base? Oh, okay, Bellinger's in right field now.
Yeah.
All right, fine. But you have like 6 other guys who are going to take your spot at first base. What are you going to play third base? I mean, JG's not going anywhere now. So what are you going to do? You got 2 pieces that are major league ready because they both are. They're both absolutely major league ready.
100%.
Move them. Get them out of here, man.
And I'm seeing in the stream, I'm seeing a lot of we want Will Smith. Yes, it is time. It is Will Smith season. It is time for Will Smith to be here.
Dude, let him pitch. I don't care. Bring him up. Do whatever.
No,
he's got to be here.
If we're having a catcher pitch, it's going to be Russ.
Move Russell to the bullpen. Move Will Smith behind the plate. We have a lights-out reliever and an awesome catcher, and Austin Barnes doesn't have to play.
Will Smith can play second base and third base. Austin Barnes can play second base. Will Smith fits this current team so fantastically. So that's why a lot of people are like, which sucks. Anybody who's listening, like the actual podcast side of this on like a Saturday or Sunday, it's like these guys, this already happened because people are kind of stupid. They don't understand the dates of things. But
I don't know how that goes.
By the time it happens, most likely Spores will already been sent down because he's up for this bullpen game since the bullpen got blown out on Wednesday. But there is a strong likelihood that Will Smith will be back with this club very shortly because you want to know why? Because he is tearing the cover off the ball since he went down. That dude is hungry. He wants that Shake Shack with me and Verdugo.
He was like, he's got his major league experience now. He went down and all the guys were like, there he is. Look at him. And he walked in and just like flung one of Verdugo's chains at one of them or something like that. Came back bearing gifts or something. And he's crushing it right now, guys. Talk about a bad time to not have him up. You got Austin Barnes, slide in like a scorpion into second base.
I think two for post IL is Barnes right now.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's really not good.
Barnes is probably going to be on the roster up through like just after Kershaw's August 8th ping pong tournament because that's his teammate. And then
he's like, we got to keep him. Yeah. We got to keep him on. Yeah. Come on.
What else? Oh, yeah. We built this desk with our hands, by the way. I've seen some people. Frank Talk LA says, this is made out of plywood. No, it's made out of love. And it's not crooked. Actually, it is crooked. I built it myself.
Love
it's
and plywood.
It's I drank too much when I built this desk, too. I can guarantee you I drank way too much when I built this desk. But
that would explain this beer holder that's down here.
And you don't know what's over on my side. Ooh-wee. But we got to talk about the positive things now. We know Rich is going to be gone for a while, but again, double knock on plywood. He will be back this season, and hopefully he showcases to. I mean, we don't want him to ever leave us. He's clearly shown that he could pitch into 40, 41, maybe
I can't wait till he
42.
supplants Mark Pryor as the bullpen coach. Oh, my God, I can't wait for that. He's just cussing at him, yelling at him from behind the mound. Oh, my God, I can't wait to have Rich Hill as the bullpen coach.
Yeah, I'm going to make that happen.
Or whatever.
I'm going to personally make that happen.
Bunting coach? Like, that's a thing, right?
The best I can call right now, I mean, I have like 3 current Dodgers, I think, in my phone, including staffers, so I can make that happen.
Yeah, just call it up, man. You'd be like, you need to transfer me to Andrew right now. I need to talk to him. I have an idea. It's solid.
Yeah. I'm coming for you, Brent Brown, by the way. I'm just saying. But the good news, we won our 50th game. 50th game last night, which is awesome. The crowd goes wild. 50th game in 75 games, which is very, very impressive. I know you had a bit of a tweet about that.
I did. It took them 75 games to reach 50 wins this year. It took them 92 in 2018. You know how many it took them in 1988? Some sort of special year?
How many did it take?
Something happened. Something happened in 1988. Do you remember? I don't know. I wasn't around.
The time is now, man.
It wasn't a thought.
You buy that shirt, by the way. Enough about 88. The time is now. DodgerNation.com/store. Wait, store, right? Store. 20% off. BH Live 20. Just saying. Anyways, go ahead.
Fail.
That's good.
Wow.
The blind fail. It took them 86 games in 1988 to win 50 games. Just to give you guys some context, be a little bit happy about the Dodgers playing because every time they lose, it seems like you guys are going to set somebody on fire, and it makes me a little nervous. I don't like it. I like my team winning, and I like my fans happy. I love that.
I saw somebody getting some crap earlier on Twitter about the Dodgers should be at like 65 wins or whatever. We can't play the should be game. I think we're still outpacing the Pythagorean theorem thing, whatever the hell it is, the wins law. I don't know. You know, you're
math.
Yeah, you know math words. How do you say that word?
I don't know what you're trying to.
Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean.
Wow, nailed it.
Hypothesis.
3, 4, 5. And I'm the guy who's drinking the most right now.
Oh, hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse theorem.
Those are math words.
Tangent. But anyway, yeah, they're winning real goodly. But yeah, that's right. Somebody complaining about what's it called? Like, they should have all these extra wins because the bullpen is whatever. Like, be happy. You have the most wins in baseball by a full game over the Twins. And by the way, how the hell are the Twins still winning? I mean, outside of the fact that the AL Central is like literally our softball league of garbage.
Well, I mean, we're the garbage of our softball league, to be fair.
Hey, we're number 4. We're number 4. But anyways,
the
Twins are hard.
Twins,
Thank you, Ray.
The Twins
math
winning
words
ball
hard.
games is the weirdest thing in my life up to this point, I think. I don't really understand that.
Like how they've
Did
stayed
you watch
right
that
there.
16-inning marathon game against the Red Sox at all?
I did not. I'm not Rick. I'm not a secret Red Sox fan. That's right, Rick. What? At me, bro. At me, bro.
I'm a secret.
Love you, Rick.
I'm a secret anti-Red Sox fan. I was really rooting for the Twins that game.
Wait,
so I stayed up
blind
to
push
watch
it
it.
button. Let's see what happens. Blind push it. I'm not shocked.
This is good.
I like this.
I like how this is going. This is a good dynamic here.
Gary, you on board with that?
I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening to anything?
The tweets. I'm doing the Twitter thing.
Okay. Anyways, going off the same vein of the 50 wins thing here. You had pulled this from
Thanks for joining the show, Gary.
Everything until that point. I swear.
He was just like, "Who are you?"
So
guys?
happy he's paying attention, right?
What are you?
I like how we go from like Ross Stripling to just we don't know what's going on today. F it.
We had a rough show. We were really tired this week, guys.
He showed up 5 minutes late today.
Yeah, I had to run up this hill, and I'm not a runner. I'm like
what hill?
Like you park down there, and there's like a.
I don't know. I have a garage to park.
Yeah, I know you're fancy. I'm a peasant.
I work here.
I'm a peasant in the fields. I had to run all the way over here.
Boy,
I had to stiff arm a lady carrying arugula. It's a rough life for me, guys.
I'm just imagining that scene in Seinfeld. You're probably too young for Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah, with
the old lady and the marble
the
ride.
bread, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I'm right there with you, man.
Very proud of you.
Yeah, you had pulled the Dodgers PR tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to read it for you?
Which I borrowed from Alana.
Oh, there you go.
Hi,
Shout
Cast
out
Trash.
to Alana.
Thanks for joining.
The tweet said, at 50 and 25, the Dodgers are tied with the 1977 Los Angeles Dodgers for the second best start in LA Dodgers history. Only the 1974 Dodgers got off to a better start at 51 and 24.
And I
50
I
and
know
25 is pretty good compared to 51 and 24.
I know
That's only a
producer
game.
T remembers those years. You remember those years very vividly, right?
Yeah, I remember them so well, like it was yesterday.
What
Yeah.
was your favorite part of 1974?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. What was your favorite part of 1974?
The band?
ABBA.
ABBA.
Yeah, were they in 1974?
Hate you.
I'm not really sure. Did you like mine?
I mean, that was a good
That's
answer,
pretty
though.
good, huh?
That was a
I
good
really thought
answer.
she was going to go with that. But that's all right. That's
Enough.
fine. You got a pretty good front row seat to some Seeger action.
Yes, I did. So I saw earlier Jess Amore, our favorite
Dear
friend of the
friend.
show, and can we? I don't think we can call her queen of the show anymore because she thought she missed a live stream with Ross. But anyways, Corey, we can go and throw it up on the screen. Corey was throwing a little bit yesterday when I was at the ballpark, so I decided to, help my views over there on Twitter. Corey looking fierce. Hey, you've had those hamstrings injuries. You know how bad it hurts to throw.
They hurt your butt cheeks. I'll tell you that right now. They go all the way up to your butt cheeks and all the way to your back, guys. Ugh, I hurt thinking about it.
I think you might have hurt something wrong.
I think it's something different.
Richard Hooker over here on Facebook says
What a
1974 gas lines.
Richard Hooker and Ross Strip Club are going to the same places.
you remember those gas lines, Brooke?
I got gas lines every day, dude. What are you talking about?
It took me this actually reading it to understand. I mean, he doesn't mean like gas lines. He means lines waiting in
wait
line
for the gas,
like
yeah.
everywhere. Trying to get gas was literally Costco.
Because the fuel shortages.
Is this before your time, Gary?
Gary, you're like 98, right?
Yeah, you're born in '98.
77.
You're born in 77? Wow.
We
you're
probably
old.
should have put that camera on you.
No, that's right.
I gave you the option. You
No,
could have
you're
had the
on
Ross camera.
No, that's okay.
The Ross camera.
Oh.
We
got-
retired the camera.
We retired the camera.
The
Oh.
After Ross was here, we had to retire the
Oh,
camera.
okay. That's fair.
That's fair.
Wait,
did
I
he,
got
sign,
that
did
one
he
too.
sign it?
Yeah.
Sign the lens?
No, I forgot to ask him every time to sign something.
I actually was kind of happy you didn't ask him to sign anything. It felt Bush League. I was like,
No,
It's not for autographs.
we haven't asked Rick Krajewski to sign anything. He's just as famous.
He gave us his handwritten notes
That's true. They're in my backpack
on
right
the
now.
heavy
Rick,
paper.
I keep
that
everything
I
you give
thought
to
was
me.
his paper.
Also,
It turns out it was ours.
Rick got me and my wife turned on to those sweet smart things.
Cut that drop. Cut that drop. Cut that drop.
Rick,
Rick turned me and my wife on.
I'm getting in trouble for that one, aren't I?
Current wife,
He eats
current
those smart sweets things, and they're like full of fiber.
This is such a shit show. I love this. We haven't had a good one of these in a while.
Man, yeah, we needed this big time. It's a good way to release
I really
tension,
thought about it
guys.
today. It's like we've been like pretty professional for a while. All it takes is getting Gary at the damn
Sorry.
desk.
Just gotta sit 6
You're
inches
not
away
paying
from us.
attention.
You're a bad
I
influence.
am.
Anyways,
Start cursing right now. Just
I know, right? I better turn your mic back off
you
real
better.
quick.
Steve's gonna start talking about Walker Bueller, and then we're in trouble.
We also, just to completely shift gears for a minute here, we got to plug in a little bit more Ross because he's a good dude. By the way, guys, go listen to his podcast. Their latest one, him and Cooper do a podcast,
Fire.
The Big Swing. I love that point he gave us, too. He took directions fantastically, but The Big Swing, him and his buddy Cooper from Texas, they put on a pretty damn good show, and, they get some pretty good gets because, hashtag Big League Life. I think that, what was your favorite part of the whole thing before we plug in that interview or that section of the interview?
There's a brief part where he mentions rocket power, and we both went "Ooh, together.
Very
And I was like,
surprised that appehe
we both did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we're getting married.
Yeah,
I'm not
you guys
sure.
were in
I'm
unison.
I'm not 100% positive what's happening.
Polygamy,
but
I see.
He didn't get my number, so I'm just hoping he finds it.
I got his number.
Yeah.
The
well,
important
he didn't
thing
get mine.
is, yesterday he texted me first, which is a trip.
He said, "You up?"
Yeah, he texts me at 4 in the morning. No, we're talking podcasty stuff. I like that guy. The second most important thing is that he wanted, like, of anything we are going to cut and give him to, like, share out on their social media, he wanted is a hot dog, a sandwich, which was a question provided by our boy Blake Williams, one of our writers.
He was stoked about that question.
That was a good question.
He loved that. Yeah,
and now he knows that I believe technically, a hot dog is a sandwich. Again, it's an open-faced sandwich.
I also told him by his same logic that a hamburger was a sandwich, and then he went.
And both of your guys' mind blown.
He went, "Oh my god!"
It's the first thing he did. He went outside. He probably called Russ.
He's like,
Russ
"Did you
Martin.
know a hamburger's a sandwich?" And he went, "What the hell are you talking about, Russ?"
Like, a hamburger's a sandwich. Pass it on.
And then
Hamburger's
Russ
a sandwich,
called
pass it on.
Dave and was like, "Ross is hitting the sauce again."
Of course, our time with it in episode 62 of Blue Heaven, we did have Ross Stripling, Strip Club, If You're Nasty, on with us, and it was fantastic. But there's a couple things we had to touch on. Of course, the National League MVP for 2019, a lot of Cody Bellinger, but more importantly, we got to touch on Ross's rotation mate or bullpen mate or pitching mate, Hyunjin Ryu.
We got to touch Ryu.
We got to touch on Ryu. Ross's thoughts on how fantastic Ryu is doing this year, and just some general advice. All right, so last year, obviously, your 2018 All-Star, you had a fantastic first half and kind of faded in the second half, which you get. It's your first time starting, extended for a while. You're seeing this first half that Hyunjin is putting together. One, how impressive is it? And two, what sort of advice would you have for the true Dodgers ace of 2019?
Yeah, no doubt. It's exactly what he is, man. It's so impressive. We knew it was in there. It's just a matter of keeping him healthy.
Mm-hmm.
His pitchability is insane. 2-0 curveballs, 3-1 changeups. And just the repeatability of his delivery and the ability to be very, I can't think of the word, like he hides the ball. I can't think of what that word is. But yeah, deceptive is a good one. And he just keeps every hitter off balance. I mean, he struck out Mike Trout twice the other day. Just the best player in baseball. So I mean, it's just been so impressive. Man, my advice to him is really, if you think about Rich Hill to Hyunjin to Buehler to even Kenta, like those guys haven't really thrown over 130, 150 innings, and they're eating up innings at an extreme pace. And as the Dodgers have done since I've been here, we don't really let guys besides Clayton Kershaw go for the 200 inning mark, So I'm not really sure if we'll let him just keep eating up innings like that. It's obviously above my pay grade, but my advice to him would be like, man, just keep doing what you're doing. You can't think about it. That even though that is what happened to me, I just went out there and I just kept doing it, and things were going well. And one day I just woke up and I was totally out of gas. Yeah. And we can't afford that with Hyunjin, with how good he is, and we're going to rely on him into late September, October. But man, you just can't think about it, and the Dodgers will think about it for you. They'll if things keep going well and we got a 14-game lead into September, he'll go 4 or 5 innings and get out of there, and we'll go to the bullpen because there'll be 40 of us down there.
Yeah, he'll be up over 100 innings by the All-Star break. His next start will actually probably put him up over 100 innings. So
it should put his ERA down to like 1.16 by that.
It's incredible.
Hey guys,
it did.
Apparently, yeah.
Wow.
No, it said June 20th. I just looked it up right now.
I don't know. You guys messed it up
Tonight.
Okay,
we know what we're doing.
Number one, Chet, you're not playing the game right. Chet Kroll over on Facebook says sandwiches are made on bread, not buns. End of debate. You know what?
Buns are bread.
Open face sandwiches are a thing. Hot dog could be considered an open face sandwich. I'm just saying. You seem like you have opinion on this, Gary.
No, I was just adjusting my seat.
He was just leaning towards the
Sorry.
Go ahead and just...
I know. Hot dogs are not a sandwich. Hot dogs are not.
I don't think they're a sandwich, but they can be classified as such if you want to be that way.
My wife had her first hot dog of her life last night. She's never had a hot dog before.
Walking away from
I know,
that.
yeah, I know. I'm just going to keep rolling with it to like make it seem okay. She can't eat bread because she's allergic to gluten. She'll die. But Dodger Stadium was kind enough to bring her out her own gluten-free hot dog bun from the back. I don't know where they got it from.
They have that. I saw Ryan Evans, the what is he, like the lead food man over
guy,
there. His name is Dr. Foodman over there at Dodger Stadium. And I did see him. And wait, is it not words? Can you guys not hear us?
No one's complaining, so I'm assuming they can hear us, but the volume on the stream deck is just stuck. But it's unmuted on the mic aux.
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Well, now we know. But Chet doubled down and said not by the way.
About hot dogs.
About hot dogs being a sandwich.
Chet doesn't know anything.
Yes. We're going
Just let him talk into this.
What are the important takeaways we had from yesterday's game, guys? All three of us.
Well, first and foremost, Rich Hill's gone.
Yes.
Which we've talked about, obviously. The offense is still very much alive and well. Cody Bellinger can still hit the hell out of a ball. Mm-hmm. That's another good one. Justin Turner, not great at reading balls off the wall. That's another good one. Yeah. And the bullpen is very capable when they need to be.
Yeah, they stepped up hard for their fallen grandfather.
Stepdad.
No. Stepdad plays first.
Oh, boy. Grandfather.
Grandpa was on the mound.
Grandpa Rich? Oh, that's a good name, man.
It's Grandpa Dick. Good. They did things a little bit different back in those days. Back in the swinging 20s. I can tell you. Wait, what did you learn? Did you learn anything from yesterday's game?
Yeah, so I went with my friend who's a Giants fan, and I learned that ultimately, besides my team winning baseball games, the lesson here is that friendship matters and it's important.
She's a Cancer.
I am.
To the team.
Don't you call her that? She's a nice person. You got something?
Yeah, I mean, I did a Twitter cast yesterday, and when Hill got injured, it was pretty much like it's a bullpen game. Yeah. When we had a bullpen game today, scheduled for today.
Back-to-back bullpen games?
I mean, Twitter was really worried. We're like 0 to 10. What do you guys think? How worried are you guys about the bullpen pitching the rest of this game? Everybody's at a 10 because it's the bullpen. I mean, you got to give him a lot of credit. Florida did really good. And then even Yimi, he came in, gave up a home run, but then he's popping everybody out. Yeah. He's doing pretty well. Yeah. And then Joe Kelly really was the feel-good story of last night's game. He did well. Yeah, he gave a home run? No, he gave up a double. He gave up a double. Yeah, he gave up a double. And then after that, man, his fastball is going from 99.
I saw him touch 100 on the board.
And it was just starting to. You can feel it on Twitter. People were starting to cheer for him.
Want to know why? I was there. And
you were cheering for him.
I was cheering for him. Yes. Everybody in the right field pavilion started groaning, and there was some boos. And I was like, "Let's go, Joey! Yeah, way to go, Josep!" That's his new name, by the way, Josep.
I don't think that's something that anybody talks about. Is anytime we give Twitter the chance to say, "Do you like Joe Kelly or you don't like Joe Kelly?" Really, a majority of Dodger fans like Joe Kelly. They're pulling for Joe Kelly. It's just that small 10% that you hear from them every day. Yeah. And after every game, after every bad moment,
it's the Yelpers.
It's the Yelpers. Yeah,
that's one of the biggest things I think that I've taken away being part of Dodgers Nation and just seeing our social media, which obviously we're social media strong. There's no doubt on that. We love you guys for that because we don't do it for us. We don't do it for the non-Modelo sponsorship. We do it for you guys because we're all, at the end of the day, we're all Dodger fans, and we all mostly agree that a hot dog is not a sandwich, but when given the opportunity to vote with a logical line of questioning, which we're always logically questioning things on there, but everybody is reasonably logical when it's not just, hey, quickly voice your opinion on something. Tell us about how you feel or whatever. When it's a 280 I think character limit to bitch about something, people are smart. Surprisingly.
Generally, yes.
Surprisingly. But about Joe Kelly, I'd say that's the most – you're 100% right. That was the most important takeaway from that is that the bullpen did well. The guys who you knew were going to serve up home runs did because that's what happens, the fastball dudes. And, despite their best efforts, the Giants are a major league team, at least on paper. But
allegedly,
Joe Kelly, our mop-up specialist is what I'm calling him, comes in did the research on this one, guys. 2.45 ERA in his last 11 games over 11 innings pitched, and he's allowed 7 hits in those innings, which is good for a 1.71 ERA, batting average, but he's also allowed 9 walks, which is pretty rough, which is why people are on basing 320 against him. But 24 games, in the 24 games that he's pitched this season, he's entered in at or above average leverage situations 8 times. Runs have scored in 6 of those games. So when the game matters, he has not been exceptional. However, in low leverage games, earned runs have scored in 4 of 16 outings, and 10 of his last 11 low leverage outings have been clean. So Joe Kelly has become a great, highly overpaid mop-up man. But everybody in the bullpen needs a role, and right now that's his role. Hopefully in the second half, hopefully by postseason time, he's got it all down and he's dialed in. He's ready to go. He's ready to strike out a bunch of people, and we're gonna have a gay old time.
He's a mop.
He is a mop.
Like a literal mop?
That was your takeaway.
He's a mop. And that's okay.
All these numbers.
I know. I appreciated those. Those were really good and insightful and in-depth. I'm really proud of you.
I do.
Go
know.
you.
That was actually the hardest one I had to do because I had to look at each game.
Yeah, that's my paper.
Yeah.
That's Rick paper.
I did not know he could do that.
By the way, I did have a Cody note, too. I posted out earlier because we did talk about him with Rick a couple weeks ago, how Cody had kind of fallen into some hard times. He had a 12-game homerless streak. Between May 29th, homerless streak.
Okay.
Between May 29th and June 11th, he batted only .222, no home runs in 45 at-bats. Since he's had 4 home runs in 7 games, one of which we saw last night, his 24th, .435 batting average and 23 at-bats. Plus, he's added 6 walks in that time. Cody's back in pod form. And he's delicious.
I'm not commenting on that. I'm refusing to be a part of that conversation.
T, what kind of highlights you got from the stream question so far?
Okay, so our boy
I love queso.
Perps and Gold. I hate when you
queso.
do that. I'm sorry that I say okay, so
Like chips.
okay. Perps and Gold 29 said definitely think Perps like he's a Lakers fan.
I can see the words.
He's not a herpes fan.
Yeah, herps.
Definitely think we still need another relief pitcher like Brad Hand, and there's 3 question marks.
That's a question.
Is it a question or a...
I think he's more like,
Huh?
I think he's asking you because you did bring up Brad. Didn't you bring up Brad Hand last week?
I like Brad Hand, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
give Hand a job.
Yeah, I said that, but I said it in the comments because I didn't want to.
You are bad.
I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed by it, guys.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. This team needs another relief pitcher, or not just a relief pitcher, not just a body, not a jag, as I think it's our boy, Mr. Diamond Hoggers himself, Clint Evans calls him, the Jags, just a guy. No, we need another lights out, shut down reliever.
And Brad Hand could be that against lefties and right-handed hitters. So if you're thinking about that,
that's my Brad Hand.
that's good. I like that.
That's my Brad Hand.
I mean, you don't have Cingrani anymore.
No,
rest in peace.
Dead.
Dead. No one knows what's
dead,
gonna
tired shoulder.
Yeah, no one knows what's going to happen with Scott Alexander. No one even knows like the status of him.
He was throwing very hard yesterday.
Oh, like at a wall.
No, to the
threw a hot
bullpen.
dog.
One of the, I think it was that Cialdi guy. Yeah, Steve.
But
But
he's a friend of my LinkedIn.
He was still grimacing quite noticeably after throwing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's news. You should have written something up on that.
I thought about it, but I was
you're
too busy.
So you don't know what you're going to
Cassidy's
get out of the bullpen right now. And so this is the year you got to go. You would think this would be the year that you've got to go all in on your team. Because when you're playing this
What,
hot.
17 and 18 weren't?
No, okay. 18, I felt like 18 was not the year to go all in on your team. I'll admit that. 17, they did go all in on their team. They went after Yu Darvish. They got the guy that they needed to win the World Series, and they didn't because he wasn't the guy that he needed to be. 18, they had no chance at winning that World Series. Nobody on that team had any business being near a World Series. And if you can't admit that, then you're living in delusion and you need help. And I can't help you, and I'm so sorry. 2019 is a different team. They have a different feel to them. They can win ball games. They can get you out of holes when you're down a lot of runs. You can come back and win real ball games. You can hit elite closing. You can kill the pitchers. You can win. Now all you need is to shore up the bullpen. And to do that, Brad Hand would be a good piece for that. That's all I can say about that. Studio audience is going wild.
I think that was Brooks' first real, what's it called there? His
Monologue?
first real thing.
Yeah.
First real model. I'm proud of that. I mean, you're 100% right. 100% right.
Yeah. So you can find me at BrookMe3 and looking for a personal sponsor.
Just a personal sponsor.
Yeah, just to hype me
he
up,
drinks a lot. But
yeah.
no, yeah, 100% right. 100% right. Words. So you're saying cut or done with the clap? We're going to keep it going, guys. That's the important thing.
Well, you can just drop the mic on that and it's over. That was great.
We got
has
some
a
more
clap?
good stuff. We haven't even touched on today's game because we got to do that a little bit. This is
There's a game today.
But very importantly, guys, we're giving away a Cody Bellinger jersey. It's kind of a big thing, because he's the National League MVP in 2019.
Never heard of her.
To get a bunch of entries, you want to go to DodgersNation.com/giveaways. And you follow the prompts there in there's a little widget in there. I believe that's what they call it. And I mean, there's a bunch of different ways you could do the one thing and have your handful of entries. Each one is like a raffle ticket, so why not get more raffle tickets? You subscribe to this podcast, you do all the other things that we tell you to do on there. Give us your soul, whatever it is, and you can be entered to win that Cody Bellinger jersey. The entries end on Monday, June 24th, and we will be picking the winner or announcing the winner right here on this podcast 1 week from today, unless we decide not to. But that's what we're going to do.
Does it come in an extra medium?
You can't win.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah. So quickly, today is game preview. We got a game preview. Madbum versus Muncy 2 Electric Boogaloo. Let's quickly plug in Ross's thoughts on the Madbum and Max situation. So you got Madbum.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking for an ocean to hit it off.
He's taking that was one of the things. I went to the game on Saturday. I was like, they need to put a little kiddie pool in behind a center field for Max.
Yeah, we thought someone brought it up the other day that we could buy like a couple hundred snorkels and put them like in the right field bleach when Muncy's out to try and like hit it into the snorkels. Yeah, I think it's probably gotten to be. I'm sure of all people, I don't think Bumgarner's really gonna like come out and fight anybody or anything like that.
Right.
But I mean, the dude is one of the best postseason pitchers of all time, World Series MVP, and we're kind of throwing shade, pretty consistent shade at him, when really I don't know if we should be. So it'll be interesting to see what Thursday's like.
Yeah. He will find you.
Yeah, it's that Giants-Dodgers, it's that rivalry that like has just disappeared as the Giants have gone downhill over the past couple of years. It's been, as a fan, it's been kind of tough to watch because you want to see them stay competitive because you like that rivalry. You like that heat, You can talk about like Puig and Madbum over the past couple of years and Puig and everybody else against the Giants over the past couple of years. You like kind of seeing that as a fan. Like, man, they really don't like each other. This is great. But now it's like they're at the bottom of the division and we're at the top. So we're supposed to beat them, I guess. That's all it really has become. So, I mean, in terms of him hitting that home run and that, all that going off, that was exciting to watch.
Yeah,
for sure. By the way, that was a 20 grade pimp. That was not a pimp job.
Yeah, did you see the overlay? It took him longer to get to first base than it did Muncy. Yeah, I remember in real time not really thinking it was much of a pimp job.
He put his head down, looked up, put his head down.
Yeah, he did his normal. We call him the jazz hands.
Yeah,
he hits it. He sees it for a second, and then he like throws his bat down and gives a little jazz hand. Yeah, that's a little some spirit fingers, and then he runs. Like if Muncy does anything, man, he runs the bases hard. Like he probably gives our hardest 90 of anybody we have on the team. Yeah. So I don't think anyone, even after the game, I think Madison was like, we let them pip homers. Let me just get pissed off. That's what I do.
Brooke, in terms of Muncy running the hardest 90 of anyone on the team, you played softball with me a little bit. Would you say I run the hardest 60 in terms of just like how hard it is for me to run?
Effort.
Yeah, in terms of effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I 100% agree with you, Ross.
It looks like slow motion.
You're not, I'm running uphill backwards in quicksand. But a couple weeks ago or earlier this week, I think it was, Joe Davis talking about Muncy's sprint speed. He's the fourth fastest Dodger somehow on the team. I think the biggest thing is that by sprint speed, StatCast measured, approved
baseball savant.
Yes. He do good. He do. Damn it, Juice says take another swig right away. I'll take another swig for you only because you knew my real Twitter handle. But I love this. You I know you responded on it too. But Gail had the hottest news. By the way, this has nothing to do with Madbum, nothing to do with Muncy. We can get in that in a second. But the hottest news regarding Ross and Dodgers Nation and yada yada. Did we have that tweet? Or I don't think we plugged that tweet in. But you can take it. You know the words.
Absolutely. She said the big news is that Ross Stripling will become the first major leaguer in history to visit the Dodgers Nation offices and play in a game the same week when he takes the mound tonight for the Dodgers. And that cannot be beat.
Yeah,
you can't take that away from him.
Take that, other people. What up?
Everybody else and stuff.
Just saying. But that's definitely a cool little stat. But I think it's going to be a fun one as we throw to Joe and Oral real soon here on the live stream side.
Back to Joel.
I think Madbum gets this matchup. Do you think Max gets drilled?
I think in his first at bat, Bum comes high and tight to him, but he doesn't hit him. No, I don't think he does.
We do have the pitching matchup. Let's throw that up on the screen real quick. We have the pitching matchup. We do have Julio making a start, his first start in a few months. And some guy over there to stage right or stage left, you got Madbum looking like he's ready. He's ready to go fish that ball out of the right field pavilion from Mr. Max Muncy. But that's gold. You got to make sure we're at Hills on first with that glorious. Let's give her a clap real quick. She did fantastic work on that. Slaved over a hot Twitter for hours on end.
It's a good Twitter handle too.
Hills on first.
Hills on first.
Yeah.
Really
no, Hills on the injured list. Actually, it's a pretty unfortunate moment.
You should change your handle, Hillary. Sorry.
All right. Let's get 2 more stream questions from you over there.
Okay, geez.
They're the ones that are above.
Yeah, I know.
Easy.
I can read.
I know.
Can you?
So Taylor Spencer said, should we put Joe Kelly in for 3 to 4 run games, or should we only put him in for high scoring games?
Not 3, 4, yes. Because when I looked at the numbers, everyone that was 3 or closer, either behind or ahead, he did not do well.
Four
and above,
runs,
yeah.
You can only tie the game on a grand slam. So
that'd be messed
I'm
up.
okay with that.
That'd be messed up. I'm just saying.
I'll go with that. That's fine.
Michael Velarde says Kruk runs a hard 5 to the refer for another brew. The refer? I don't know what that is.
Refrigerator.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think that's how you spell it.
Well, he was trying to, he shortened it up for you.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he can't read.
Mm-hmm. AJ, a friend of the show,
Do you like
AJ,
that
Dodgers Nation's finest. AJ says, I run the hardest 60 on the DN crew because my legs land really hard on earth when I run. We appreciate that, AJ. Time for tweet of the week, and it's a glorious tweet of the week. We got two week running. She's tied with Rick Krajewski. Gail coming in hot. So we posted... Gary, I think it was you, posted that replying ideas for Dieter Rule to play when Madison comes up today. So some fantastic ones in there, but Gail came up with Country Strong by Blake Shelton.
That's a good
one. That is plus.
Solid.
That is plus.
Ready?
Let's see what button. Nope, nothing there. Wow, you failed so hard.
Gail, you get another one. Hold on.
Nope. Nope.
Damn it.
Nope.
All right, one
Higher.
more, Gail. One more,
Higher.
Gail.
Nope.
It's over 9.
Nope.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good one, guys.
This is the last ever episode. By the way, somebody said that the guy Chet, who said that hot dog is not a sandwich, said he's going to go get a burrito sandwich from Taco Bell before the game. So thanks for hanging out with us, Chet. We appreciate you.
Get your damn burrito, Chet.
No doubt. We appreciate you. And we appreciate everybody here who's hung out with us on the stream today. Go get that Cody Bellinger jersey. DodgersNation.com/giveaway. You can find everything about us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. It's a wonderful site. It's a delicious site, if you will, if I do say so myself. No? Here we go. God, you guys are just a bunch of haters. Subscribe to Blue Heaven on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Player FM. Basically everywhere podcasts are sold for free.
You're going to hold on to that one, aren't you?
That's 100% the thing.
I'm at BrookMe3. This guy over here to my right is at RealFRG on Twitter and Instagram. And we are at Dodger Nation on Twitter and Official Dodgers Nation on Instagram. Huge thank you to our crack production team in-house, Mr. Stan, Miss Hillary, Miss T, and Mr. Gary Lee over here to my left. He's right here. Hand action. There it is. Thank you guys all and for the comments. I mean, they're phenomenal. Wonderful. Amazing. Thank you for keeping up with us. And make sure...
wants another shot.
You want to take it first, and then I'll sign us out.
Go ahead.
No, okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week.
Next Thursday. Bye.
Next Thursday.